I'm going to share some gratitude. First, I just want to share my view. It's about time for lunch, and as such, I wanted to say a quick hello and say to each of you here. What I'm going to do is protect ourselves from being disconnected. All right, cool. Hi, how are you? Nemo Ashong here, and it is a thrill and a pleasure to see you. I am the founder of Enjoyment and the leader of the Pioneer community. And today what I wanted to do was just spend a little bit of time really just reconnecting with myself and reconnecting with something that kind of started me off on this journey altogether, which is just sharing a little bit of gratitude. Actually, I think it's going to be sharing a lot of bit of gratitude. This year is just what I'll tell you right now. I'll start off the whole thing here. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for Facebook Lives. And the reason for this here is that I've found out a lot of people have come up to me recently. They're like, Nemo, I get the impression that you're just like, A, you're a really joyful person, and B, like you know yourself. You're good with being authentic. You're good with just being out there. Hey, Brad, how are you? I'm like, it's good to see you. I was thinking about you before I decided to jump on. So it is a thrill to see your name pop up there. I'm just gonna allow all that to just like excite me and be there. This is part of the reason why I enjoy this so much. Like, I get a chance to reconnect in different ways. And I think the thing about Facebook Live that makes me so grateful in this moment is that, generally speaking, like, I cannot edit myself on this thing here. I'll be real. Ooh, it's gonna come out. There was one time that I made a Facebook Live and I didn't like it. And I deleted it, and I felt really guilty. Oh, it feels good to get that off the chest. But the reason that like I enjoy the Facebook Live so much, there are a couple of different ones. But I think the primary reason here is that I can't take anything back, more or less. In the moment, it is true. It may not be truth from an external perspective, but for me, it is my truth. And what I've been finding is that through my process of doing Facebook Lives, look, this was not my original intention. It was just easier for me to do a live video than for me to like record and try and like get everything ready to go. It's just pop on and hit record. What I've found is that like I've been able to understand myself a lot more. Like y'all might have even seen it. I was talking to someone yesterday over lunch, and I had mentioned, I'm like, every once in a while, I'll go ahead and I'll stop and I'll pause and I'll say something live, and I'll go back and say, like, is that even true? Do I really mean that? And it's because this platform, this medium, makes it such that like I really get a chance to confront myself to see what's actually going on. And recently, people have been asking me questions. They're like Nemo, like you're way too excited and happy for a grown man. No, I think we could all have our versions of this here. This is why it's what I do with Enjoyment and my various pioneers. But I think a big part of it comes down to I've been practicing without really knowing, practicing just being honest, practicing sharing what's on my mind, and just getting it out there. The interesting thing is, as you may know, I get to spend my time coaching individuals now to help them discover, embrace, and leverage the things that make them different, their unique talents, their unique gifts, so they can share them out with the world. It's one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done. And it turns out that it's like what I've been doing basically my whole life anyway, right? It's just what I do. I love to find out what's great about people, love to see what their possibilities are, what they're working towards, and love to help them find a way to do it their way, you know? And what's come up from this here is, as I've been going through and sharing more live, one of the things I do, I got this from my mentor, Rich Lippin, on this, which is I start my conversations and I let them know the truth. I'm going to hide nothing and I'm going to hold nothing back. And I'm there to serve rather than please. I'll be honest, I say it now, it sounds like, oh yeah, legit, I get that. But when I said it, when I first started saying it, it was more like, I think this sounds right. I like the way that he does it. I'm going to do it too. And it's been something that's been really, really beneficial, because we just get to create an agreement. Every person I get a chance to talk to, they come in and we create an agreement that like, I'm going to be real and I'm going to share my truth, whatever that is. And I have found that it's been able to be supported through Facebook Live and just being out here. So it's just been very interesting just watching the journey of just like saying what's on your mind. So I'll start with that. Next thing I'm grateful for, let's see, I'm going to be doing this in real time. I don't have a list here. I don't know if it's going to be 10 minutes or if it's going to be like 4 hours. Who knows? I have a lot to be grateful for. On this note, I'm going to be grateful right now. I'm grateful for Brandon Atkinson, who is the Chief People Officer at AppNexus while I was there. And the reason that he's coming to mind right now is over the last few months, I've found myself stopping and kind of pausing in to reflect when someone asks me a question, you know. And look, for some people, I with everything that I do, things are always a little bit new, right? I'm consistently stepping out into my edge. And so there was a time where I used to apologize for like taking time to think, but I want to share my gratitude towards Brandon here because he modeled that for me in my interview with him at AppNexus. I asked him a question and he just took the time to think about it. It wasn't like a canned answer. I could tell that he was in the moment trying to see what was actually real for him there. And it was something that I don't remember all the details of that interview, but it's something that like I gained from that. It was really cool watching a senior leader sit down and just think and take it in and really go out and explore the questions that was asked. And it's something that nowadays I've realized that it's been really helpful for me, you know? People ask me regularly, oh, how are you doing? I don't have a canned answer for that. My canned answer, I'll be honest, if I was going to have a default answer, it's, what is it? It's something along the lines of like, I'm always well, you know? I'm doing fantastic. I'm always well. That way, if at the very least here, if I do slip up and I just give a rote response, it's something that reminds me that, yeah, dude, remember, life is great. Like, you're always well. Like, realistically, you have a lot going on for you and you have a lot that you can do to help others. So like, take that into account. Let's start off. If anyone gives you that question, that's your default place. Then I'll go ahead and I'll think about it. And I'll be like, yeah, actually that's still true. That's exactly what it is. So that aspect there, I want to thank Brandon for modeling it. He also did something else that has inspired me to start myself. And I'm working on my plan for the next quarter here, or the next 3 months, I should say, with employment and some of the things that I'm doing, because now my mission is just too strong to just let things just be. I know that I can move and make magical things happen in the moment, like this conversation right here. But at the same time, I want to go ahead and add a little bit more structure toward the intentions that I'm looking to bring out. And one of the things that Brandon modeled was a belonging conversation where we got a chance to come together and share a moment where we felt belonging. In honor of that, I'll share one right now. I just came back from the Rich Lipton Public Intensive, and I came there with an intention to create myself as the movement leader I knew that I was. And there were a lot of things that were going on through my mind that were happening as I was there and as I was exploring stuff. But there was a moment that I had, and I'll probably explain this a lot deeper in another video or at the belonging event. But there was a moment that I had that really where I really got a chance to see some of the leaders that were on stage. And I was like, wow, like, they're up to awesome things. They're able to hold this space so powerfully. No matter what question comes their way, they're able to take it and like flip it and make it, and just like, it was just so easy. You know, and I remember asking myself, I said, wow, like, this is a totally different type of power. There's nothing here that's strained. It's just relaxed and easy. What's going on there? And my thought was, oh, like, they're totally comfortable because this is their world. They can't do anything wrong here. This is their community. They brought us here. They can't do anything wrong. And I heard there was something that went on in the back of my mind. Someone had said earlier in the intensive, and it was something along the lines of, well, what if you didn't have to earn your way in? What if we just started from that place? What if you already belonged? And that was a question that when I thought it, I just feel like I heard his voice in my mind, and it changed everything. I felt electric as a result of it. And what shifted there for me was that like I no longer had to earn anything. It just changed. It changed it such that no matter what I did, people were happy for it, because that's why I was in that community, you know? Like, I belong. That's the reason that I was there. They were looking for the Nemo, you know? My friend Cindy has recently coined the term Nemo-G, which is Nemo's energy, you know? So it just kind of evolved from there. But it was the first time in a long time that I actually felt like the sense of belonging clicking in. Like, this, it's not just that I'm included, but I belong here. And that's, I now get the difference. I'm now seeing the difference. I'm now seeing how important each of those different places are. And it's made me know that like this is what I'm about. I'm about authenticity, inclusion, belonging, and possibility. It's that simple. And that experience of belonging has really, really, really opened up some things. What else am I grateful for? So today, I'm grateful for my friend Alex. He invited me to, me and our friend Cindy, to go and participate in athletic activities, Muay Thai. And it had been, for me, it had been about 2, maybe 3 weeks since I had last gone and really gotten active. And it was interesting, like, I'm like, I can't remember, how am I supposed to move my feet and all that? Like, I'm a kind of a technical person. If there's anyone here from Voices of Gotham watching, you know, like how, like, you know, we can get into the details of like, how exactly is this supposed to be? And how does it work from a technical perspective? And then the trick is then letting that go to create artistry. And I found myself in that moment there, working out. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, and just making this happen. And I'll be honest, I wish I could come out and say like, it was wonderful. I walked into the room, the lights were dim. I came in with confidence, wrapped my hand up, powder fell from my hand, and I hit the bag. The bag just exploded with my energy. Exploded with my power. Nope, didn't happen. I was tired and drenched in sweat before I even showed up. That's the reality of the situation. But the reason that I'm grateful for it is for a couple different reasons. One, I feel, and Alex, if you watch this here, I want to thank you. I feel like he gave us a chance to enter his world. You know, I take it very, very, very seriously when someone connects me with someone else, when someone invites me into for a party or invites me to have a conversation with them, because in that regard there, they've said, you know what, I'm going to invite you into my world. I'm going to invite you into something that's special to me. And I really appreciate that. And hopefully I'm not doing you a disservice by sharing that with others, but it's real for me right now, and I got to put it out there. If I messed up, I'll clean it up and we can talk about it. But for me, that's something I need to put out there. The other reason that I'm so grateful for it is that like it's getting me back on. I feel like it's the first step again of basically it's broken the inertia of doing nothing. It's broken the inertia of not being active. And so for that, I am grateful. And I'm really excited for what's coming up next. There's a new gym that I'm looking into, and we're going to make some things happen from there. I'm also looking into dance. Like, if anyone knows any great dance places here in Singapore, that would be a fantastic way to stay active and build skills. I'm not going to get in any fights anytime soon, and if I do, I'm sure that all the Muay Thai that I've learned will come into place, plus the fact of adrenaline. If I ever need to defend someone's honor, I'm on it. But what I would love to do is to really take them out in a dance battle. That would be that would be fantastic. So if anyone knows anything about that, I'm finding that I'm getting these opportunities once again. I got reached out to about barbershop that's taking place over here in Singapore, and it's a barbershop concert tonight. I'm going to be spending some time focusing on company culture and working with some people who are interested in that later on this evening, but I'm hoping to make it out there and just singing a little bit during the afterglow. So it's just interesting to me that like these opportunities are showing up, these opportunities are showing up in my world, and I'm grateful for that. And it's something that is, yeah, that's really important to me. So I'm going to end this pretty soon here because I can just feel the sun is sharing its gratitude all over my face. I'm like, it's getting hot. But I'd love to hear if y'all are cool with this here. I can either bring you on the camera or you can like leave a comment or something like that. Just let me know. I'd love to hear something that you're grateful for. I've found that like in my journey I wasn't like actively seeking joy, but when like now that I'm able to cultivate it on a more regular basis, gratitude is a huge part of it. Huge part of it for me. I start off my mornings with, it used to be for about a year and a half with episode 186 from the Tim Ferriss podcast, where Tony Robbins was walking us through aligning the heart and the mind through gratitude. And using that to go and create from that perspective or solve problems from that perspective. And now I start my days off with, since I went to Unleash the Power Within, a 20-minute exercise led by Tony on just going through his priming routine. And a core part of that is the gratitude. So I would love to hear if you're watching this live, if you're watching this later on. I just feel that it's important to get that out there. So my ask of you is that you take 3 minutes and think about something in your life that you're grateful for, and really just share that here. There's nothing big, there's nothing major about it right now. I'm grateful for this breeze of wind that is making it a little bit more bearable to stand out here. But I think it's important, and no, I know it's important, especially if, along this joy journey, or this journey, as I say. So I'd love to hear some of what's going on for you. Raise your hand, leave a comment, let me know, and just look out for things like this and other stuff in the future. I realize that this is something that's important. I should say this. I'm grateful for the people who come and told me that they watch my Facebook Lives. And I don't need them to watch. I don't need you to watch every single moment. I don't need you to watch every single one of them. But I'm happy to hear that for the parts that you do watch, whatever it is, you have something that resonates with you. And I'll be honest, it has been, I am now moving into a place where I can speak even more comfortably and freely about what I am doing. But it is still a challenge. It's still, how do I say it? There's still a big part of me that wants to please. There's still a part of me and I've seen it in my business. Like over the last 8 months, I've been trying to figure out what is it that people would need me to give them, that I would want to give them. And I get that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just, for me, not the approach that, I don't know, that creates the most synergy for me. And so I'm going with what I really believe. And I'm telling people my truth. I'm telling them the truth in my eyes, coming out and letting them know that I'm mobilizing like $100 million over the next 25 years toward a World Joy Prize. I have no clue how to make a World Joy Prize come to life. In my mind, it's something like the Next Prize or something like the World Peace Prize. But I have no idea how that actually comes to life. As I'm watching this here, I'm getting some notes about people going out to lunch, so I'm changing my location to come and join them. But it's something that's important to me. And while I'm going to continue doing the one-on-one coaching, while I'm working with groups, while I'm leading the Pioneer community, which is that group of action-oriented, energetic, positive people who smile, and that's just a big part. Like it's like part of my prerequisites to be a part of this community, who have also achieved a track record of success, but at the same time, you know, they're looking for some support as they go on to their next thing, because they've realized that basically all the things that they've done right now hasn't given them the joy and fulfillment that they're looking to get. Or they've gotten it and they're like, all right, what's my impact? What's my legacy? What's the thing that I can do such that I can still make money, still grow my business, still grow my career, but also do it in a way that just makes me feel more joy and more fulfillment through it. So I'm working with a small group of pioneers on that as we pilot the first part of our mastermind here. And you know, it's just one of those things where these things just keep adding on here. And if you don't mind, I just got a note here from Aaron Sprecher, Sprecher Dimdo. And Sprex, it's good to see you. I'm glad that we got a chance to hang out when I was out in LA. let me tell you what's true to me there. So Aaron is someone who is absolutely spectacular. He's able to find he has this ability of finding stories out there where people are doing the wrong things for the right reasons. And I just watched the Aaron. 3 billboards on the way, like 3 boards from Eben, Wyoming, something like that. It's a really good movie. And as I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is a movie that I think like Aaron would really enjoy, because it just seems to really get to that point. It's like wrong things, right reasons. And so Aaron's shared with us, he's grateful for the chances to hang out with Nemo, that's me, grateful for free lunches and the ability to keep moving forward on things he's passionate about. I appreciate that, Aaron. I appreciate you putting that out there. I appreciate you allowing yourself to be witnessed and seen in this way here. It's a cool thing that we have going on here. It's a really cool thing. I think I'm going to end this here. I want to let you all know that you all bring me joy. You all have really inspired me to be myself and to be out there. You've inspired me to just hit record, just hit live and see what happens. Because apparently sometimes it's just enough to just be there. Apparently sometimes it's enough to just be seen, to be visible and let people know that it's all right. To mess up, to mess up a lot, and really just do what is necessary or what is true to you along the way. And for that I am eternally grateful. I'm really excited for what comes next. I'm really excited for the things that we do here. Heyo! Life is great. Hi, how's it going? Here's my Collisionate family. Hello, hey. With that there, I think I'm gonna end this there. Here is to your joyful success. Journey on.